Good morning, friends. Today is December 17th, 2025, the year of our Lord. This is me, Grandpa Wild Bill, coming to you from inside his yak on beautiful Table Rock Lake. Today, Proverbs 17:3 simply states, "The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart." You know, a crucible refines silver, a furnace removes impurities, but God cares mostly about the value of our human heart condition. 1 Samuel also states in 16:7 that man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. You know, I'm thankful in many ways, that God knows my inmost being and heart, and he searches it to refine it and to be a heart more like his. Conversely, we look on outward appearances. We look at less on what is good and more on what looks good. So knowing this, my apologies, you guys. You got stuck not with the tall, dark, and handsome version, but you got stuck with the short, pasty white, hairy-some guy. So, in all seriousness, though, as I continue on this path of knowing wisdom and growing in the way he requires me to, I'm challenged to a greater extent to total surrender to the crucible of a refiner's furnace, so to speak. It is indeed painful and yet necessary. While I was having a conversation with the Lord, I was like, really? I said, really, God, this morning? I'm like, it isn't even remotely in an old Marine's vocabulary to surrender. Yet, that is exactly what he has called me to do. It's what he calls his followers and requires of them to do. So there's that. So the challenge for you, my friends, and for me, my dearly beloved friends, this Christmas season is simply this. Will you make room? Will you make room in the inn of your hearts? Not just with the joy of the baby in the manger, but will we let the consuming fire of a risen warrior, will we let him come inside, deep inside to the core of our hearts, to allow him to refine us, to refine our character, and allow him to remove the impurities of the sin that is often in us and part of who we are. You see, it's not about presents, and it's not about the magi, bringing gold and all these other expensive gifts. The most expensive gift that we could ever bring to him is our hearts, and to let the refiner's fire have his way. God bless y'all. Know that I love you, and know how much more Jesus Christ loves you. And God bless these United States of America. This is Wild Grandpa Bill from the Ozarks, over and out.